G'day friends, welcome to today's video. This is the precursor to Inktober 2018. Over on the Burke Creative Outlet Facebook group, there is a massive post with a lot more information about what we're doing. Essentially, this is a collaborative children's book that we're all going to illustrate together, and at the end I will choose 30 illustrations to accompany one of mine and put a book together that I have written. It's very, very bizarre. It's very, it's like a full-on riddle. It's about this girl Daisy and her crazy stories. So we're going to illustrate one of those stories every single day of Inktober. If you want to get involved in this, you don't have to follow along with the whole challenge. I know there are tons of challenges going on already. I'm doing this in conjunction with Whimsyween as well, so you'll see extra video content, all Whimsyween focused, and then my Inktober videos will be the daily video that you get to see throughout this process. And I'm going to illustrate every single one of the little stories that Daisy tells, but I'm also encouraging people to illustrate along with me and submit so that I can compile this book of everybody's illustrations. And the reason I'm popping on and kind of giving you the rundown on Daisy and that piece of cat hair that was on my paper, the reason I'm kind of getting on and telling you about this is because Daisy, much like the book, is very open to interpretation. So I wanted to run through some of her key features today. This is a download you can get in the Facebook group. So if you want to go over there, there's a link down below. Just click on that link. If you haven't joined, just request to join. I will approve it, and you can go and check out all the extra information. This will also all unfold in the first few days of Inktober as well. So don't worry if it all sounds a little bit confusing. It is confusing. But I trust that once it gets started, everyone will kind of understand what's going on. It's been really difficult to get through the process of figuring it all out. It was such a challenge in itself to actually write the book. I'm gonna say it's a children's book because I think it'd be fun for kids to look through and have it read to them, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly just a book for us. It is specifically designed to stretch your imagination, and the book itself, like the little stories that Daisy tells, are so open for interpretation. And then as I was going through the process of trying to find Daisy and what she looked like to settle on a style for myself, I did a video on Patreon. I'll put a quick speed through of it on the screen here, essentially creating this page here full of different little character designs, and I didn't get really far before I realized I couldn't pick a look for her. I didn't want to have something that she looked like every single time, and my original thought was that I would pick a style, I would teach everyone how to illustrate it, and we'd go from there. And then as I couldn't settle on one myself, I thought, well, if the book's so open to interpretation, why couldn't Daisy be as well? I mean, she has a few features, a few key identifiable traits that you'd be able to put down on a piece of paper and call it Daisy, but everything else is kind of open. I mean, she's not any particular age, she's not any particular size or height or race. She is literally whatever you want her to be. The only thing that she kind of has that would, make her Daisy are these few things. So I wanted to point them out to you today. Like I said, this is a download in Facebook. You can download this and literally print it out for reference, or just look at it on your computer, whatever you like to do. But Daisy, in essence, is the character. The only thing I think you should try and add are these elements, and you don't even have to add all of them. I'm really excited to see how people interpret it. I've already had a discussion with Steve about one of the prompts and how he saw it unfolding, and then how I saw it unfolding, and it was a very respectable, heated debate about what was written. But yeah, so it just goes kind of reaffirming that everything really was, it wasn't going to make a lot of sense. Like all the little stories that come through, it's going to be so much fun to see what everyone does with them. So that's also up in the Facebook group too. The entire story is up there, so you can read that. You can choose whichever ones you want to illustrate, whichever prompt. But like I said, don't add anything. Did I say this? Don't add anything to your plate and overwhelm yourself. This is not a whole Inktober challenge you need to complete. This is just the one that I've chosen for myself because I thought it'd be a really fun project to do. And I'm just encouraging people to get involved with one or two illustrations, or just watch. You can just watch and just enjoy the experience. But Daisy, the things that make up Daisy are her big round glasses. She has massively oversized glasses. It's ridiculous, but she's a very matter-of-fact kind of little lady, so I think they really suit her. She's got her big round glasses. She has this scalloped hair. The running motif that I've chosen for Daisy is a scallop pattern or a scalloped feature, so you can even see on her dress here, she's got the scalloped hem of the dress, and she's got the little scalloped hem on the capelet. Even the collar has kind of that rounded, almost Peter Pan-like collar. So I'm really going with scallops for Daisy. I think it really ties in because she's a little garden obsessed, and flower petals have that really beautiful rounded shape. So scalloped motifs, scallop details, but specifically her hair is also scalloped. Now, I mentioned in the Daisy details over here, you don't have to draw this hair. If you see a big fro, I mean, there's no reason you couldn't scallop the fro around there. You don't even have to scallop it, but I'm just saying, that's one of her features. She has this scalloped hair, and she also has a lot of freckles. I love little freckles. I put them usually just across her nose and under her eyes, but that's not to say you couldn't put them all over her body, or you could just totally omit them. It's whatever you feel like doing. This is the dress that I have kind of provided as a template for people. If you don't want to draw this dress, like I said, open for interpretation. You can clothe her in whatever you would like, but this is her favorite dress. So if you're just stuck on something, or if you want to take this dress and kind of redesign it, if you want to make the cape longer, if you just want to make it a floor-length gown, if you just want to, I don't know, pattern all over it or put wings on the dress, whatever you would like to do, I think as you start to read through the prompt and as we start to go through the story, it will make sense just the kind of crazy stories that she has and why it lends itself to being whatever you feel like drawing. So I would encourage you that if you do want to know more, to go check out the post in Facebook, or just wait till Inktober starts and I will explain it all as that happens. But today I just wanted to go through this because I didn't want people to maybe even still be confused by what I mean open to interpretation. She's gonna look like whatever you want her to look like, and I'm going to take these features today and just create a few new daisies. Not that I might use any of them in Inktober. I'm pretty much sure that I'm going to change how I draw her every single day, which is going to be a really fun challenge for me as well. And it also speaks to that part of me that doesn't like to commit to anything. So having the story, like having the prompts of the story already set out for me, it was starting to feel very, I started to feel very restricted by the whole thing, because last year in Inktober I didn't follow any prompts list. It was very intuitive. Whatever I felt like drawing or painting, I would just do that. And so this year, as having all the prompts, I don't really like to work from a prompts list. I enjoy working from the Whimsy Ween one, but even then I don't get through the whole thing. I just choose my favorites and I go with it as I feel like it. So I think having not only the story be so open for interpretation, but also Daisy just really frees me up to still be intuitive about what I'm approaching. And I think that's going to be a really good exercise for my imagination throughout October and end of September, because this is technically the first video, but I am planning on filming the rest today. Not the rest. Could you imagine I did 31 all in a day? No, but I will be pre-filming Inktober, and your videos will go up daily. With Whimsy Ween ones thrown in there as well. I have a lot of sketch flixing to do. I'm super excited. I'm going on a big holiday in November, so this is going to be a massive project to get my head around before I go on holiday. And I'm going back home to Australia for 2 weeks. Steve's going to be here and minding the cats, and I'm just going to have a nice holiday with my family and kind of reset, regroup, recollect, and have a really restful time there. So strap yourself in for October, because it's going to be pretty huge. And if you miss anything, don't worry, because YouTube videos will stay up there, so you can always go and watch it in November if you don't have time. But today I'm going to play with this. I'm going to make a few different daisies, and even show you that you could cut this up essentially and make a daisy out of this. So if you're not a big drawer, there's no reason you couldn't collage this. This is a free download that you can literally get from the Facebook group. So I'm going to probably start with that one and then draw a couple or paint a couple, and who knows where we get to. But here are a few daisies for you to look at, and when Inktober starts, I guess I'll see you again then. Bye.